Alright, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi, and so don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to smash the like button, of course. What else? Comment below, yeah. It's also means a lot to the podcast when you give me your opinion, and I get to know what you think about Arsenal as a club. I want to react to Mikel Arteta's 25-man squad that he gave us in the English Premier League. I know you know the squad. If you don't know the squad, I'm going to go through it. But basically, I want to react to these 25 players that Mikel Arteta thinks they are the best. They have to represent us in the English Premier League at least until January, when we go into the January transfer window. That is when we can add new players to the list. But before January, he has chosen his 25 men. No Mesut Ozil, no Socrates Papastopoulos. I think that is where most of the news and criticism and talk has concentrated. Of course, I have my own reasons. I have my own problems with the squad, and there are reasons I feel the squad is not balanced very well, and there are reasons why I feel Mikel Arteta was right. So I'm going to be reacting. Make sure you react with me. The goalkeepers, he chose 3. Runa Runarsson, the new goalkeeper, I think we bought him from Dijon at 1.5 million euros. Matt Massey, shirt number 33, English goalkeeper, and shirt number 1, Bernd Leno, the German goalkeeper. And I expect Bernd Leno to have much playing time this season. He's not going to have any competition from Runa Runarsson and Matt Massey. So the goalkeeping department, I don't think there is anything to change. Even if you are an Arsenal fan and you didn't like any of these goalkeepers, they are what we have. So I have no problems with that. My only worry is when a player like Bernd Leno gets injured, that quality is irreplaceable. The bench does not have the capacity to replace a player like Bernd Leno, because Runarsson, Matt Massey, are they good enough? Are they the quality of Emi Martinez? I think time will tell. But I think Leno must be the goalkeeper that we are going to use this season, and he must keep away from injuries. Please do Bernd Leno. Now, the defenders, of course, we have a couple of them. We have so many. But good news, William Saliba is in that squad. That's good news, right? I think it is. But number 1, Heki Bellerin, is part of the 25-man squad. Kieran Tierney is someone that's a defender. William Saliba, shirt number 4. Socrates is in this squad. Socrates is in the squad. Rob Holding is in the squad as well. Skodran Mustafi, Callum Chambers, David Louis, Sid Kolasinac, Gabriel Magalhaes, Cedric Soares, and Pablo Mari. This is quite interesting. I think the only man that actually the only man left out of this squad is Socrates, the only defender. But just look at how many defenders we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We almost have 11 defenders in the squad. 11 defenders. I think that drives us back to the fact that most of our problems last season were defensive problems. So maybe Mikel Arteta is like, I gotta pump in all the defenders I have so that the problems last season, the defensive problems are solved. Anyway, I disagree with Callum Chambers. But he's English, so we need to gather up more English players in the squad. So of course he has to be there. I disagree with Sid Kolasinac, but he's still under contract. Why the hell didn't we sell Sid Kolasinac to Leverkusen? They were willing to give us more than enough money in his services, and how greedy we were to ask for all that, 10 million. Who was going to give us 10 million in Sid Kolasinac? What can he do? What has he done? What does his reputation hold at Arsenal that he deserves, that he's worth 10 million? I'm not really sure about that, but he can come as backup to Kieran Tierney. I think that is good news. William Saliba, I think this is the most interesting man this Premier League. I would want to see William Saliba more often with Gabriel Magalhaes. I would want to see them more often. I know Rob Holding is Mikel Arteta is growing fond of Rob Holding, but I would want to see William Saliba play often in the Premier League. And I know there is going to be, reach a certain time when Saliba appears on that pitch with Gabriel Magalhaes. I want to see what that partnership can give us. Shirt number 4 and shirt number 6. I want to see those two players play in the same, backline. I don't care with David Luiz or Rob Holding, any of them should go to the bench, or both of them. I want to see Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba in the same pitch. I think that's the most interesting addition. Yeah. Rob Holding, David Luiz, I think the rest is as it was last season. If we go to the midfield, Mesut Ozil is left out of this squad with all the creative problems we have at Arsenal, with all with all the deficiencies we have in that midfield. You never think that Mikel Arteta would sacrifice a midfielder at this point in time, but I'm afraid he does. Okay, the midfield, you have a couple of players in there, but with no Mesut Ozil. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is the midfielder. Mohamed Elneny, Jose Willock, Emile Smith-Rowe, Granit Xhaka, Bukayo Saka, Thomas Partey, Dani Ceballos. Those are the what should I call them? Those are the midfielders. We have, I think, 8 of them. Of course, Saka is a regular starter. Thomas Partey is a regular starter in that one. Dani Ceballos is a regular. And Granit Xhaka. So if I look at Emile Smith-Rowe, Jose Willock, and Mohamed Elneny, they don't serve anything to me. They are just part of the squad to raise numbers. And I ask myself, Mohamed Elneny is not one of the homegrown talents, and where he plays, Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey are more comfortable. Why don't we bring in a player like Mesut Ozil instead of adding Mohamed Elneny? It should have been that way. Mikel Arteta knows that he needs Mesut Ozil better than any other Arsenal man. He knows that, but there isn't anything he did about it. He dropped Ozil like it was an ordinary decision, and I know he's going to regret. We are going to regret, because we have already started feeling the pain of having a weak midfield in the Premier League. Premier League is not this. It's not French League R. It's not it's not this kind of league that you can bring the average team and average performance and get away with it. It's a strong league. Arsenal is a strong club. All the small clubs will come will come against Arsenal. They know they are playing against the big 4, a top 4 club, and we are having this kind of crap in the midfield. You can't pass out the ball. You can't hold the ball. The things you do on the ball are actually what Sheffield can do. So Mesut Ozil's, Arteta's decision to leave out Mesut Ozil, for me, it doesn't sit well with me. The midfield is okay. The selection is okay because that is what we have. But Mesut Ozil should have been in this team somewhere. Emile Smith-Rowe qualifies as a homegrown talent. Jose Willock also qualifies as homegrown talent. I understand. But someone like Mohamed Elneny should be off this squad. Let him play in the Europa League. We need Ozil. We need that creativity. We are not creating chances. We are not getting the dangerous areas of clubs, and we are not going to do that. Thomas Partey is not going to do whatever you guys think he's going to do. He's not an angel. He's a player, just like any others. Granit Xhaka, Dani Ceballos, we know how slow they are and how fast and pacing the Premier League is. Their brains are slow. Their bodies are slow. Unless for Mesut Ozil, he's slow, but his brains are fast. He can move the ball quickly through the midfield, which is not with Granit Xhaka, with Dani Ceballos. I saw them at against Manchester City, and I was like, wow, this is the worst partnership you can ever have in the midfield. Like I said, even in the summer, I wouldn't compare Arsenal's midfield to any of the top 6, top 8 clubs. I wouldn't. We have the worst midfield in the top 8 clubs. We have the worst. You can't compare it to anything. So, there you go. The forwards, which I think this is where our strength lies. Alexander Lacazette, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Nicolas Pepe, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, Gabriel Martinelli, and William Bautista Silva. Those are the forwards we have. We can only use 3 per game. And of course, Mikel Arteta's starting 3 has always been Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Willian. Although Nicolas Pepe is also, starting to get his chances. The truth is, I have no problem with the Arsenal, with the Arsenal squad Mikel Arteta has gone for, apart from Mesut Ozil. I have no problems with his squad, but honestly, there is something wrong with our squad. There is something wrong with our team. The way we line up on the pitch, the way we pass out, we pass that ball, the rate at which we lose the game. When you look at the post-match statistics, every game we lose the ball so fluid, so easily. I don't know whether we use the right formation, 3-4-3. That is, that depends on Mikel Arteta. I never want to go against him. 3-4-3, if it is his best, let him do that. But I still question some things like why players like Cedric Soares don't get a chance. He's good enough. He's good. He's better than Hector Bellerin, but he never gets a chance. I still question sack decisions. We'll be waiting for the return of Gabriel Martinelli because until January, I think he won't be playing with us. Eddie Nketiah and Alexander Lacazette, we need to decide sooner than later who's going to be our striker, the consistent starter in that position. Today, Eddie Nketiah starts. The next day, Lacazette starts. I want to say the truth, and I want to be honest. Both of them are average to me. If you ask me who should start for Arsenal between Alexander Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah, my answer would be none of them. Absolutely none of them. For me, I'm not really carried away with the goals Alexander Lacazette has scored this season. They are ugly. They have no replicability. You can't reproduce them. Just can't. And Eddie Nketiah, I know he has been scoring so much under in the under 21 for England, but I just think he's good for the under 21 and Arsenal. We need to get serious, guys. These things of not we don't even have a starting 11. Obviously we don't, because in the last 5 games, if you ask me how many times at least a new player has been introduced in the Arsenal squad or in the Arsenal starting lineup, almost 5 times. And if you ask me, are we still seeing new players in the starting lineup? Yes, because Thomas Partey is there, who's gonna be dropped. So there's so many things we have to think about, as Arsenal players or Arsenal fans, this season. So many things. We are overhyped. I don't know why, by the way, we are overhyped. Is it because we signed Thomas Partey and retained Aubameyang? The Aubameyang who signed a contract and went to Abu Dhabi, his body is with us, luckily though, but his spirits and minds must be in somewhere in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia, somewhere there. We are overhyped. Everybody looks at us as a club that's going to challenge for the title. How much have we changed to challenge for the title? I ask myself. Like, everybody thinks we're going to challenge for the title. Well, thank you so much. That is nice of you. We understand, yeah. But what are the changes that guarantee us a claim for the title? We have the same striking line. It is getting worse because it is gathering rust. Aubameyang and Pepe don't seem to have the fire they were catching by the end of the season. Our midfield stays the same, but this time its true qualities of being absolute bismos, they have a manifesting, right? The defense is okay, goalkeeping department is okay, but it has reduced quality because the second goalkeeper, who would have been Emiliano Martinez, was sold at £20 million. I don't know whether it was used to buy Thomas Partey or someone at Arsenal used it, or Stan Kroenke absorbed it, like he always absorbs all the income from Arsenal. But anyway, that is the 25-man squad. I'll be very glad to go through it again. The goalkeepers, Ban Leno, Matt Massey, and Rona Runason Alex. The defenders, Hector Bellerin, Kian Tierney, William Saliba, Rob Holding, Squadron Mustafi, Callum Chambers, David Louis, and Sid Kolasinac, Gabriel Magalhaes, Cedric Soares, and Pablo Mari. The midfielders, you will exclude Mesut Ozil from there, and then it's Ainsley, Mohamed Elneny, Joseph Willock, Emil Smith-Rowe, Grant Xhaka, Bukayo Saka, Thomas Partey, Danny Ceballos. The forward lines, the forwards, Alexander Lacazette, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Nicolas Pepe, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, Gabriel Martinelli, and William Borges de Silva. What do you think about that squad? What do you think about that squad? It is it's a squad that can win the Europa League, in my case. Yeah. It can beat Benfica, it can beat Lazio, it can also beat Inter Milan. Can it even beat Sevilla? Because Sevilla are very good specialists at this. Maybe it can beat Sevilla. Anyway, that is our Premier League squad. It's the Premier League squad. There were changes made to the Europa League squad, but I think I'll do that when I'm